What's up, family? Welcome back to another episode of ohtobewhole with your girl, Camille. Y'all, I'm coming in hot today because I just I had like a revelation. What's up, holy rollers? What's up? I gotta go and speak to y'all, get y'all out the way. But look, I'm coming in hot today, y'all. I just want to say, you dodged a bullet. Pew, 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 pew. Okay? I dodged a bullet, and it came so clear to me on this morning. I was, having my little quiet time or whatever, and I was just thinking about the things that God has done for me, and I began to think about. I've spoken of this before. I was engaged to be married, and about 6 to 8 weeks before my wedding, I called it off, y'all. And thankfully, it wasn't due to any abuse or infidelity, to my knowledge. Definitely no abuse, but no infidelity. I remember praying and asking God, because I never really was settled in my spirit about getting married to this person. Was he a bad person? No. But was he God's best for me? No. And I asked God, during that time of our engagement, a couple things had happened that was just like, I was unsettled, and there was this major blow up. And prior to this major blow up that we had, I told God, I said, God, show me everything I need to see before I move forward. I said, I need to know. And shortly after, not long after, we had this big blow up, and I called it off. And when I go back and think about, like, had I gone through with this, because look, we had venue, we had caterer. I was just about, like, I was maybe a week or so, maybe 2 weeks out from sending my invitations. I had my dress. My bridesmaids were getting their dresses. Creating the order of service. All of the plans were being made. You hear me? But y'all, I think, like, how you can know you made a great decision. In the moment, it may hurt. In the moment, it may feel unfair. It may feel like, why me? All of that. But when I look back on it, and I knew when I canceled the engagement, I knew then that it was the right decision. But it still didn't take away the hurt. It didn't take away my dream of a wedding, my desire to be married. It didn't take those things away. But as time went on, I began to think through, man, God, I dodged a doggone bullet. You hear me? I dodged a bullet, and it's been a couple other bullets that I dodged. Okay? And some of y'all should have dodged the bullet, but you took it, and you suffering the consequences of it now. But I want to tell some single women right now who are just desiring a husband, who are desiring companionship, relationship, all of those things that come with, the desire to be with someone. One, I want you to consider this one thing, this first thing. One, consider your why. Okay? Consider your why. Why do you want this so badly? Why do you want to be married so badly? Get to the root of it. And again, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be married, but understanding the why behind why you want to be married, understand your why. Okay? What's the why behind it? Two, what's your financial situation? Like, what is your money looking like? Are you robbing Peter to pay Paul, or have you really considered, like, what does your retirement look like right about now? What does your savings look like? Like, what are you doing with your money? 3, What does your relationship with the Lord look like? That's probably the first one I should have said. Like, are you chasing man more than you chasing God? And I'm not asking you any questions that I myself have not considered and answered. Okay? And be real about it. Because I'm telling you, either the relationship that you thought was the one, or the relationship that you're in that you think is the one, you better make sure. You better make sure that all the three things that I just told you, it's other stuff you need to consider too. But them top three things, let me throw in a fourth. What is your family? And I'm talking about healthy family. I ain't talking about toxic family and all of that. What is your healthy family members or your healthy friendships? What are they saying about this person that you're dating, or that you're wanting to date, or understanding why you don't want to be single? Yo, I done said this many times, y'all. People have given single life a bad rap. It ain't bad. It ain't bad. It's a good thing. You better learn to embrace it and enjoy it, baby. I'm telling you. That does not mean that you don't desire to be married just because you embrace your singleness. Okay? That doesn't mean that. You stay available. You stay looking good, as Tony Gasson's talking about your three B's, your brain, your body, and your brand. Okay? Stay on top of those things. Okay? But don't allow anybody to tell you that because you ain't got no man, something wrong with you. Baby, you dodging bullets. God is allowing you to do the Matrix dodging bullets around this piece. You hear me? You better thank God that you're not with the person that you thought was good for you, and you weren't even whole within yourself. That's the importance of becoming whole within yourself. Is it an arrival? No, but you're getting more sure about who and whose you are when you're on this wholeness journey. And you don't desire the outward relationships, especially the ones that are toxic and not good for you, as much. You desire God more. You desire healthy relationships more. Okay? And I'm not going to go on and on and on, but I had to, y'all, this was on me. I'm like, God, I thank you. Because not only did I dodge the bullet of that the gentleman I was engaged with, but it's been a couple more people in my life that I thought could have made good companions. And no, God, you showed me what I needed to see. Oh, glory. I could shout and run around this car right now. Okay? Thank you, Lord. Tell God, thank you. And for those of you who didn't get to dodge the bullet and you still may be with your bullet, you may have to make the best of it, or you may need to dig that bullet out the flesh, baby, and get to moving. I don't know. That's up to you, for you to decide. I don't know how unhappy you are or how toxic that relationship may be. I don't know. I can't speak to that because I'm really speaking to my single people. And married people, if you in here, come on, help me tell these single women, baby, if God has shown you what you need to see, you better walk away, because as I've always said, the longer you stay, the harder it is to leave. The longer you stay, the harder it is to leave. So get out early. All right? Look, that's all I got for today, baby. Thank you, Lord, for letting me dodge all these bullets, baby. Yes, I know I'm being dramatic, but that's how I feel on the inside. All right? Get your book, ohtobewhole, ohtobewhole.com. You can order your book. Get your book today, honey. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I pray that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. All right. Be sure to like, subscribe, thumbs up, all of that. Share this with a friend, whatever, baby. But know that you are dodging a bullet. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, God bless.